Traders, stop overreacting to one bullish candle and pay attention to the context. Bitcoin just printed one of the strongest bullish engulfing candles that we have seen recently, and everyone's getting excited. But here's the problem. We've seen this before. Price pulls back, forms a bull flag, and then buyers get caught, and then it pulls back again. It happened once, it happened twice, and right now, it looks like it's happening for the third time. Liquidity is now sitting above the 71,000 area. Buy-side stops are clean, and if this is another engineered bull trap, the move lower will not be small. In this video, I'm going to show you why the 3-day time frame confirms this setup, the exact liquidity level that price is looking at right now, and why 71,000 is the magnet. Also, my 4-hour short plan with partials at 63,000 and 59,000 respectively, and the Morpho trade that just respected its first profit objective. All right, how cool is that? And if you value real setups instead of hype, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Just go into the description. All you have to do is click on this button right here, and you are in. And press the like button, people, because it helps me out. Do it. Do it now. Turn on the notifications. And if you want entries before the move happens, the free Telegram link is in the description. It's right there. This isn't breakout season. This is trap season. Let's go! So, first, my favorite guy. While the market is debating whether Bitcoin is in a bull trap, the long-term narrative just got louder. Michael Saylor just came out and said something massive. He believes Bitcoin can reach $20 trillion in the next 4 to 8 years. Let's take a listen.
Bitcoin represents digital capital. That network is $2 trillion today. It's going to be $20 trillion in 4 to 8 years. It's going to be $200 trillion in 20 years. Then it's going to grow faster than every other asset in the world. It's going to continue to grow. The United States should own it.
All right, we got the idea. Thanks, Michael. Right, and potentially $200 trillion, Mr. Powers, over 20 years. But here's the key part. He said the U.S. should own it. So this isn't just a price forecast. It is strategic positioning. And then we got this. More Michael Saylor. Okay, let's take a look. He says this.
Bitcoin's appreciating about 50% a year for the past 5 years. We expect it'll appreciate about 30% a year for the next 20 years. And we offer these credit instruments that pay about 10% dividend yield in the form of a return on capital dividends. And so it's a pretty strong business model. If you want to work out the math, as long as Bitcoin goes up 1.25% a year, the company can pay the dividend forever and create more shareholder value. If Bitcoin stops going up 0% forever, we got about 80 years to figure out what we're going to do about that.
Okay, great, Michael. But I mean, come on, man. 1.25% a year, and then he could pay that forever. But if it doesn't, we got 80 years to figure it out. Well, if you think that's funny, how about this? When I got people on Facebook, I've had friends there for many years. And when I reach out and I say, hey, Bob, do you own Bitcoin? And then they respond, no, I haven't had a chance to buy it yet. I unfriend that guy right then and there. Well, Michael, that's not really nice of you. Well, here's one even better. If I walk up to you on the street and I say, sir, do you own Bitcoin? And you say, no, what's a Bitcoin? I will proceed to punch you in the face because I take that as a personal insult. But Michael, you can't just punch people in the face. I'm a billionaire. I can do whatever I want. All right, let's move along. What's this over here? So, have I told you about my size of my balls? Michael, that's old. That's all. With the storage unit? Yeah, we heard that. Okay, I'll have to work on some new material. All right, enough with the Michael Saylor impressions. I'm going to get yelled at. So we have here, check this out, right? So when we zoom out a bit, we have Thailand just officially implemented 0% tax, capital gains tax on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Let that sink in. Countries aren't restricting, they're competing. Wow, so I can get a tax break on my Bitcoin and go to Thailand and have fun? I mean, that's amazing. Yeah, okay, Michael, enough. So they're positioning, right? So on one side, look, we have short-term price action that's going nuts. Liquidity sweeps, possible bull traps. On the other side, we have nations reducing tax barriers, billion-dollar corporations structuring around Bitcoin, and long-term capital locking in supply. This is the split narrative of every single cycle, right? Short-term fear, they have long-term acceleration. And if capital keeps flowing and adoption continues to expand and sovereign competition begins, the upside projections, they start to be a little more within reason. Just not $20 trillion, okay? So just relax on that. Anyway, so let's move along here and let's take a look at the charts. So we're going to begin here with the 3-day time frame. Bitcoin recently moved from internal liquidity to external liquidity, right? It swept the lows, as we can see. It grabbed the sell side liquidity, and then it pulled back into the support right over here. Now, initially, I was expecting price to pull back even further into the 49K area. But here's what's interesting. Instead of going straight to that area, price reacted aggressively from support. So here's the thing. That tells me that before taking deeper liquidity, the market may first go for the buy side liquidity that's sitting above. And this is important because this goes straight into the trade idea that we're going to talk about here in a moment. So let's talk about this, Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So this is where it gets important. Bitcoin is what's forming what looks like a repeating bull trap structure. So look at the pattern, right? First, price pulls back. Then it creates a bull flag. Then the buyers get caught in a situation like this, and then it breaks and goes lower. Then the situation repeats itself, right? We saw it once over here. We saw it again over here, right? And then what? It looks like what buyers, they were seeing this again for the third time, because what happens? Price pushes up like we are right now. Buyers get excited because they see one candle, and then momentum looks strong, but structurally, it resembles the same trap behavior. This pattern was confirmed on the 3-day time frame. So you have to be aware of this, people. Pay attention to context. This is not just intraday noise. This is higher time frame engineering. So now let's talk about the 8-hour time frame. We clearly see the reaction from the $65,000 level, right? That level produced one of the strongest bullish engulfing candles that we've seen in quite some time. You see that here. Very aggressive, very clean defense. But above us, there's heavy resistance around the $71,000 to $72,000 area. This also clear liquidity sitting above that zone. So what's the likely scenario? Price pushes higher, it consumes the buy side liquidity, possibly even fakes everyone out at the resistance, like a failed high type of situation, and then bearish reversal. That would complete the bull trap sequence. This is why we don't blindly chase green candles. We wait for confirmation. Now, let's take a look at the 4-hour setup, because this is where you're looking for that confirmation, right? On the 4-hour, liquidity is clearly sitting around the $71,000 area. That is the magnet, this area right here. Okay, so if price reaches that level, I'm looking for a short confirmation, not a blind entry. The partial profit objectives are 63,000 and 59,000 respectively. The structure supports this idea, but again, we must wait for confirmation first, right? We follow the plan, not emotion. So now let's talk real quick about Morpho. Here's the Morpho trade. This thing respected the first profit objective nicely. It reacted exactly as expected from that support area. The market flow aligned, the buyers stepped in, you could see the higher low, and momentum continued higher. This is why we trust structure, right? No hype, no candles. Remember, that stop was moved to break even, and we were going to let it go there, but the market chose otherwise. Beautiful. So, speaking of that, let's talk about the challenge, right? The 100K challenge. Quick update. We started with $10,000. Recently, we locked in a strong Bitcoin move and scaled the account properly using structured risk, not emotion. Look at these numbers, people. Every leverage trade, by the way, is we do all of these trades on Weex because we get fast fills and we get proper risk control. We don't overtrade, there's no gambling here, and every trade, of course, is tracked on this Profit Precision platform. Everything, the win rate, the net P&L, the real statistics, not vibes. And keep in mind, this is completely free right now. So if you're serious about becoming profitable, you need to track your plan, all right? Because this challenge isn't about one trade. It's about 50 trades, 100 trades, 200 trades over time. That is how you scale an account, all right? So people, now listen, understand the bigger picture. So, nations, they're removing cryptocurrency taxes. Institutions are getting more involved in this, and liquidity continues to expand globally while the headlines are loud. Structure continues to grow. I'm bringing new trade setups every single day, okay? Things like this Morpho trade, all right? Bitcoin, altcoins, swing trade setups, high reward risk, trades, everything, all right? The stops, the live management, the adjustments in real time, everything goes in the Telegram channel first. So all you have to do is go to the description. The link is right here. You click on that link and you are in the free Telegram channel, right? Before the move, not after. So if you want to follow the $10,000 to $100,000 trade challenge, you want to follow that live, and you want structured trades in real time instead of emotional reactions, and you want to use WeX properly and track everything on Profits Precision, make sure you join this Telegram channel, because the market rewards patience and following the plan, okay? And we're here to follow that plan as well. So people, stay calm, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Let's go!